We'll go with that.
All right, guys. We'll get going with an opening statement from Coach Hudson, and then we'll go into questions from you guys.
Wow, what a day. What a match. Nothing was surprising to me about that match. You knew it was going to be an absolute slugfest. I guess maybe the only thing that was surprising is that it didn't end up in 5 sets. It seems like it normally does when we play Rice. But just what courage by our team. We were playing really well early, and then Rice raised their level, and we had to just find a way to make plays at the end, and we did.
Coach Jared with the Daily News here. You've been in this position before, 6 Conference USA tournament championship in 7 years, 2nd straight. How does it feel to get this one?
This one's been really special to me. I think it's kind of bringing things full circle with me a little bit. I got pretty emotional after the match because, when we joined Conference USA 7 years ago or whenever it was, that first year the conference tournament was in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. And I had a little freshman outside hitter named Alyssa Kavanaugh that was on that team. And, she was just a little green freshman. Her and Jess Lucas and Sydney Engel, they were all freshmen. And we rolled in here and found a way to win that tournament in our first year in the league. And, I have felt her presence a lot down here this weekend. And it was really special to win again in that city.
Hey, Coach, it's Cassie from the Herald. So what were you seeing from Rice today that made this match so tight?
A lot of talented players. Rice is so good. Rice is absolutely clearly one of the best 48 teams in the country and deserves to be in the NCAA tournament. It'll be a travesty if they don't get to play in it because they're so good. They're so well coached. They're so deep. They're so talented. They've got All-American pin hitters. They've got one of the better setters in the country. They're just a very complete team, and it was 2 very complete teams playing against each other today. And when you're in those situations, it just comes down to little things, and we pride ourselves on doing those little things really well.
Coach, this is Hunter Smith from WKU. For you all to have the season that you've had with everything that's gone on, what does it really say about your players?
Well, it speaks to them. There's no question about it. It speaks. A coach can only get up in front of a team so many times and try to, get them to hang in there and get them to fight through adversity and get them to deal with COVID and do all those. A coach can only come up with so many speeches. That stuff wears off eventually. This is about a group of kids and a group of kids that love one another, a group of kids that love wearing that WKU across their chest, and a group of kids who have a high level of trust in each other. And it hasn't been easy. I know that sounds strange when you're 21-0, but this has been the most difficult season I've ever been a part of. And our players have had to grind every day to get through it. And it has not always been fun, but they've always been together. And I love them. I'm proud of them. And players win championships, and they won one for their old coach this weekend.
Hey, Coach. Jared with the Daily News again. This isn't just specifically with this match, it seems like you've done it all year, but closing out sets, the 3 sets that you won today, it seemed like you finished extremely strong. What does that say about your group of kids to, in crunch time, get it done?
Well, it says we're really experienced more than anything else. We're really, that's one of the things that we had over Rice was experience. They had a lot of young kids on the court, and, we've got kids that are experienced. We have kids that trust one another. We got kids that know that if there's points left on that scoreboard, that we're still in it. And we're a really good defensive team, and we know at any time, the way we serve the ball too, at any time we can make a little bit of run, and we made some very timely runs at the end of sets today.
Hey, Coach, it's Cassie again from the Herald. So you called 2 timeouts pretty close to each other in that second set. So what were you saying to the team during that close score?
Well, I knew it was going to be close. I knew it was going to be a close game, and I thought Rice was making plays early on, and I really wanted us to just stay steady because sometimes when it stays that close and you can't separate, when we've separated from people most of the year, then it's just reassuring them. And I spent those timeouts just reassuring them that they were playing really good volleyball and that we just had to stay the course and we would catch our breaks, and that happened.
Hey, Coach. Jared again with the Daily News. Obviously, Nadia, Paige, named to the all-tournament team, Lauren, the MVP, but it seemed like the X factor in this one may have been Katie Eisenbarger. Especially early, she was hitting 714 through 2 sets, finishes hitting 500 with double-digit kills. What did you think of her game and her importance here today?
You're a smart man, Jared. I just met with our team in the locker room, and it was my first comment that Katie Eisenbarger was the difference in this one today, because not only did she have a good offensive match, but Adekunle is one of the best offensive players in the country for Rice, and Katie did an unbelievable job keeping her in check. And that was a huge part of the match, because we were able to kind of keep her out of it in terms of the things that she normally does. And listen, that's what this team has been about. Nadia, Paige, and Lauren are the 3 that's name come up most often, for good reason, because they're elite players. But how about the tournament Kaylin Jackson had this weekend? How about how Katie Eisenbarger played today? And we felt like that. Coming into this thing with those postseason accolades and stuff, we were wondering a little bit what we had to do. And so, again, they just showed themselves, and we decided we were going to get committed to winning the big trophy and not worry about those little ones. And that's what we did.
I know we talked a little bit about late in sets earlier. 4th set, late, when you guys needed a run, you had Ashley Hood stepping up to the service line. That seems like the person, her or Hallie, that you would want back there, I guess. How much faith did you have in her in that moment?
Well, that's why we start the way we start with our lineup. And the way we line up every set, the first couple servers that go back to the service line usually are Ashley Hood and Hallie Shelton, because we want them to go back more times than anybody else on our team. And it seems like it puts them back there in really critical moments. And she had a huge service ace for us right there to kick off that run at the end. And then, followed up by a couple solo blocks by Nadia and Lauren to pretty remarkable. Somebody needs to do an overlay. The 2019 conference tournament ended with a massive block by Lauren Matthews, and the 2021 tournament ended with a massive block by Lauren Matthews. It would be interesting to see those side by side, because she clamped a couple right there to end that thing.
I've got one more. A couple days ago, this is going to be a long one, so please bear with me. I know I've asked you some long ones before, but a couple days ago, you had a tweet out there. It seemed like it was right after you guys got to Hattiesburg, and after practice, you said you went on a 4-mile run. It was the anniversary of the heart attack that you had. That 2018 season, for a lot of teams, 10 games over 500 would have been a good season. But for Western Kentucky standards, it wasn't. 2019, 2021 now. Obviously, we know what you guys have done. I guess, it sounds like right after the heart attack, you were kind of back at things in kind of a limited capacity. But, I guess when you were on that run, what, I guess, made you think of that and, made you want to tweet that out? And then I guess also, from that point on, I guess, how have you seen yourself change to, get to where you guys are able to do and how you approach things?
Yeah, to tell you the truth, I didn't even realize really until late that evening when I was talking to my wife on the phone that it was the 3-year anniversary of that heart attack. And, I told her, I was like, wow, I just got back from a 4-mile run. And, and it took me back. I thought, here I am sitting in Hattiesburg at the conference tournament with one of the best teams in the country. And 3 years ago today, I was laying in the ICU, with a 12% chance of survival from that heart attack. And that's a pretty big change over the course of 3 years. And how's it made me different? I don't know that it's made me different. It's made me try to enjoy things a little bit more. It's made me more grateful. I can tell you that. It's made me more grateful for all these things, because look, Western Kentucky volleyball is on an incredible streak right now of success. But I never take any of these for granted. Because we win one year doesn't mean we're going to win one the next year. And, I know fans think that we're just going to keep churning them out year to year, but it's not. It doesn't work that way. You start all over and you build again, and you try to be special again. And we just happen to be in a stretch here where, I just have to be eternally grateful, because, there's a lot of good coaches and a lot of good teams out there. And there's plenty of coaches out there that can coach this game at the level that I do. And why I'm in the middle of this stretch of success, I'm not really sure. But what I do know from 3 years ago is that God left me here for a reason. And every day, I just want to make sure our players understand how much I love them, and that I'm here to watch them and help them grow in every part of their life. And if we win some trophies along the way, then that's just a bonus for me. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you sticking with us all year. Now we're going to keep you busy for another week.
Sounds good. Thanks, Coach. Congrats.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, we'll be back with players in a second. All right, we've got Hallie Shelton first. Go ahead with questions when you're ready.
Hallie, this is Jared with the Daily News. First of all, congratulations. This is a position you've been in, multiple times now, next to that conference tournament trophy. I guess, how does this one feel?
Gosh, this one feels pretty special knowing that this was kind of a bonus season for me as a senior. So it just makes me that much more excited that I was able to get this third one in an extra season, and knowing that this same exact team is coming back next season, it just makes me so excited and already eager for next season. But I'm just so happy to have that third ring and super proud of my team.
Hey, Hallie, this is Cassidy from the Herald. So how do you feel like this Rice match gave you guys experience for this NCAA tournament coming up?
Yeah, Rice is so good, as Travis said. They are such a high caliber team. And I mean, this match I'm surprised that didn't go to 5, like he said, but they're just such a high caliber team, and they really gave us a fight. And that is definitely preparing us for this tournament, because the only type of teams in this NCAA tournament are high caliber teams. So I think this was a great ending going into that tournament. So kudos to them for an awesome match. But yeah, they really did prepare us for next week.
This is Hunter Smith with WBKO. For you all to have the type of success that you've had this season, and with all the, outside circumstances that you all have had to deal with, what does that say about just your teammates?
I am so proud of us. I mean, Travis has said before that he's never had so many players, going into his office with, just anything what they're dealing with on the court or off the court. I mean, this COVID season has been tough for, I think, every team in the country, and just what we've been dealing with physically and mentally and everything. I am so proud of how our team has stuck out this entire season. I mean, it's just really shows what type of players we are, let alone people, and what type of people our staff are, that we just have fought and just stuck together throughout this entire season to come to this point. I'm so proud of us for that.
I asked Travis about this too. It's been the case all season. Today, it's true as well. You guys have been able to close out sets extremely strong. What do you think that says about the group that you have?
Yeah, we've always just been a team. The people on this team we never get, shot down. We never hang our heads low. Like if we're ever, like this last set, we were consistently down 5 points, and to the crowd, it might have seemed like we were just going to let it drop. But in our hearts and in our heads, we knew that we were just going to keep trucking and keep fighting on. And I think we're kind of known for that. We just stick together, like I said, and we get it done. And I'm so proud of how we clinched the ending of that. So yeah, we just keep fighting and we just stick together, and we have so much trust for each other. So I think that's the biggest part of it.
Anything else for Hallie?
I've got one more. Hallie, this is Jared again. You might have heard me ask Travis about this. He had that tweet out. I don't know how active you are on Twitter the other day about the 3-year anniversary of his heart attack. You were one of a few players on that team in 2017 that won the title. And then the following spring that happened. I guess, have you seen him change at all in your time at Western Kentucky over these last 4 years, or I guess his approach to anything like that?
No, I haven't really seen a change in his approach or anything, but I specifically remember the moment when that happened 3 years ago, like it was yesterday. I remember I was at home and we got that scary text that happened. I was like, oh my gosh, just a little freshman. I was like, my coach, like Travis, oh my gosh. we were all scared to death, but I remember things were a little different when he came back right after that. He had to kind of keep it easy and stuff like that. But, as the years go on and stuff, he's the same old coach, he has the same fight. he has the same grit and determination and passion for coaching us and the same love and trust in us. So no, I don't think anything's changed with him, but I really do specifically remember that moment. It was pretty crazy, but yeah, he's the same old coach.
And another one too. Coach talked a little bit about Alyssa when we had him. You guys obviously had to go through that near the beginning of the year, and you guys are wearing those AC patches this year. I guess, does that make it more special to hoist the trophy up today?
It makes it so much more special. I mean, we had that patch on our jerseys for a reason, and every single one of us honored it, whether we were on the bench or on the floor. Every single one of us honored her for that. I'm so proud of us for doing that. And after the match, we saw Travis get a little teary-eyed over there, and we we're like, we need to go hug him. And we started hugging him, and he told us he was, getting emotional because this was for Alyssa, because her freshman year they won it here as well. So, I mean, it just comes full circle. I don't think it's a coincidence that we won it here again. And I think it was for her, and we really did a great job honoring her this season. So it was that much more special because of that.
Anything else for Hallie? All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Hallie.
Thank you, Hallie.
Congrats.
All right, we've got Lauren Matthews here. Go ahead with questions when you're ready.
Hey, Lauren, this is Jared McDonald with the Daily News in Bowling Green. You've got that trophy sitting next to you. It's something that you guys were able to do last year, able to repeat and, stay unbeaten this year. How does that feel, just first of all?
Well, it feels pretty good, especially the way it ended. It's kind of like almost unbelievable and mind-blowing that Hallie was serving once again, and then the same block. It was just like deja vu.
Hey, Lauren, this is Cassie from the Herald. So you got 22 points today, top point getter this match. So just how did you keep your confidence up? Because I know this game was pretty tight, and I know that had to have affected you in some way.
Yeah, the game was pretty tight, but I kind of like games like that because it gives us more of a challenge. And this game definitely prepared all of us for the next game in the NCAA tournament. So I just stayed mentally locked in and knew that I had to raise up as a player and be who my team needed me to be.
Hey, Lauren, Jared with the Daily News again. You're named MVP. Nadia and Paige also named to the all-tournament team. But Katie Eisenbarger had a very big day for you guys, and it seemed like especially early. I think she was hitting 7-14 through 2 sets. How important was she for you guys, in this match today?
She was important. She was very important throughout the entire match. She was getting block touches. I'm pretty sure she outblocked me when I wasn't getting any blocks. So she was a major factor. Yeah.
And you guys have done it all year, but late in sets, you guys are able to finish things out. Just being able to finish things out in crunch time, what does that say about the team and the experience that you guys bring out there every day?
I just think it shows that we're a veteran team and that we're a mentally tough team, and it's kind of hard to stay locked in games, especially when it feels like everyone's against you. So, I mean, we pulled it through. It wasn't our best match, but we pulled it through.
Anything else for Lauren? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, and last but not least, we have Paige Briggs.
Hey, Paige, this is Jared McDonald with the Daily News here in Bowling Green. You got that trophy sitting next to you. It was something you guys were able to do the last time you guys had a season, 2019 as well. With everything that you guys have gone through this year, how does this one feel?
Oh man, it feels great. I'm so proud of my team, and just for those games are what we play for, like the tight matches and just playing as a team, sticking together. They're so fun. I can't say how proud I am.
Hey Paige, it's Cassie from the Herald. So, of course, the team has had an amazing season, and you've really been an outstanding player this season. So, just how did you keep your confidence up? Not just in this match, but specific, like the whole season in general, and just like what kept you going?
Probably say this a lot, but I stick with my teammates and talking through plays and confidence level with them just really helps. Like I go to Nadia most of the time for that, and yeah, I go to my teammates when I need something or need help in any situation. So
Hey Paige, this is Hunter Smith from WBKO. For you all to have the success that you guys have had this season with all the outside circumstances, what does that say just about kind of your team?
we're very resilient. We roll with the punches, and that's kind of how we've gone through this season. It's just there's going to be some downs, a lot, and we're not going to be perfect. So yeah, we're very resilient. We're rolling with it.
And for you to be named to the all-tournament team, after these 3 wins, what does that mean to you?
Man, I mean, I can't do it alone at all. I need a setter. I need defense. I'm very thankful for that. I'm so blessed to even play this game, but really it's a team effort in this.
You still aren't done yet. NCAA tournament here in a week or two in Omaha. What's the plan between now and then? What are you guys thinking about? What do you want to work on? And I guess that type of thing, because you guys never seem satisfied.
Yeah, we were talking in the locker room stuff we have to do better. So after this game, but we'll hear the game plan from Travis. We'll stick together as a team. We'll go practice, and we'll see what happens.
Anything else for Paige?